Hey, how's it going? This is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads, and today I'll be walking through your digital marketing attack plan to show you how to turn your website into a lead generation machine to really generate some revenue for your business month over month. Now, if you take a look at the top here, we're looking at Roofing Tampa, which generates about 1,600 searches every single month. Now, obviously, there's a lot more searches out there when you account for, searches like roof installation, roof repair, roofing near me. But for the sake of time in this video, we're just going to be focusing on this specific search term and showing you how you can turn those 1,600 searches into revenue for your business. So let's start off by taking a look at your website. Now, when going through your website, I think you have a very visually aesthetic website. However, from an SEO perspective, there's a lot of things that we can improve on to make sure that people are finding our website online. Now, in this case, let's talk about internal search engine optimization, which is essentially everything that we can do from within your website itself to really make sure that we increase our search appearance. Now, normally you're going to hear things like title tags, heading tags, local business schema, and while those are all very important, for the sake of this video, we're going to focus on the two most important aspects, which are content and keywords. Now, let's talk about content first. Why is content so important? Well, content is very important because we want to give our users something to engage with, because when a user has something to engage with, they tend to have a better user experience, which ultimately leads to them coming back to our website or using Google for future searches. So it really makes sense that Google would promote websites that promote a positive user experience because it's a win-win scenario for them. Now, I normally like to recommend about 750 to 1,000 words of content on any given page, and obviously you could go above and beyond with that, depending on how you feel. However, 750 to 1,000 has been that golden range that I've found that is very contentful, yet doesn't take away from the visual aesthetic of the website. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, well, Justin, why don't I just throw up a website with 5,000 words and call it a day? Well, the reason that doesn't work is because we have to make sure that our content remains relevant. And the way we do that is with our keywords. Now, keywords are the most used words or phrases on your website. And based on these keywords, we are going to tell Google information about our business. Normally, I like to tell people that we want to answer the three main questions for Google, which are what industry are we in? Where are we doing our work? And lastly, who are we or what is our brand? So let's take a look at your keywords and see if they answer those three questions for Google. Now here we are on a tool I like to use called Keywords Everywhere, and if we scroll down here, you're going to notice your most used keywords. Now for the sake of time in this video, we're just going to focus on the first six. However, I always do recommend that you further optimize if possible. Now, let's take a look at your first two keywords. Now, normally I like to recommend your first two keywords are very industry specific. Now, in this case, you have your brand at number one. However, I do recommend putting that a lot lower, and you'll understand why later. But we want roofing as our number one keyword because that is going to be our most industry specific keyword and answer the question for Google, what industry are we in? So definitely want roofing at number one. Then we can move roof up to number two. I always recommend that your second keyword is some sort of modifier or some sort of complement keyword to the first keyword. So for instance, if you have roofing at number one, installation might work at number two, repair might work at number two, or even home roofing if you tend to deal with more residential jobs. However, roofing and roof at one and two work perfectly fine, and they're very popular keywords. Now, number three and four, I always recommend your location-based keywords. Now, this is super, super important because this is going to tell Google where we do business and ultimately help them drive local traffic to our website. So in this case, we want our city at number three, Tampa, and at number four, we want our state, so Florida. So definitely want our location-based keywords in there and somewhere in the top five. That way we can really harp to Google where we do business and get that local traffic. Now, number five and six, I always recommend putting your brand there. Like I said, you have your brand at number one, but I would bump it down to number five or six because oftentimes we do rank for our brand. But having it at five or six still guarantees that customers will be able to find us if they look up our name, assuming that another company doesn't have the exact same name, but we can still outrank them with a proper SEO strategy. So really important that we follow this kind of guide. That way we can really tell Google everything that they need to know. So let's take a look at one of your competitors and see if they're doing the same. So here we have a company called Tampa Roofing, and they rank on the first page organically for roofing services in the Tampa area. And obviously their name helps with that. However, it is very doable to outrank an exact match domain. I know a lot of people get worried about that, but once again, like I said, proper SEO will really help you do that because exact match domains, while they help, they are not a statement or they are not a fact that you automatically get the number one spot for having that domain. So let's take a look at their website. they don't have a lot of content. And obviously it's really just this one paragraph here, but we always want to expand on our content. So obviously you have more content than them already, but we can even push that margin further by building out our content even more. But let's take a look at their keywords and see how relevant this content is, because sometimes websites are able to get away with sneaking keywords and images or other different ways. So let's take a look at their keywords list. So once again, we're back to keywords everywhere. And if we scroll down here, we have roofing at number one. Like I said, very industry specific keyword. A lot of people put roofing at number one and even roof at number two. But then you see that they have this location based keyword at number two. So you see how important it is, because that's really doing a lot of work for them as far as local traffic goes. So we really want to put our location based keywords somewhere within that top five. I recommend number three. They put it at number two. But like I said, definitely some variations of different keywords. You can use this list of kind of a guide for your own website. However, I recommend using a mixture of both of the suggestions I told you and this list, because you start to see that their list does fall off after those first two keywords. But they do have some good stuff in here, like roofing company, and all these other different keywords that you can use for roofing. So, like I said, use this as a guide along with the suggestions I gave you. But let's go back to your webpage and talk about external search engine optimization. So now we're talking about external search engine optimization, which is essentially all the different ways we can improve your website's search appearance from off website or off site. Now, in this case, we're going to be talking about backlinking, which is very simple, just a link from one website to another. However, from an SEO perspective, a lot more is going on. When you get a backlink from another website, it's essentially saying that they trust the information that is coming from your website, or they trust the website that is representing that business. So, very, very important and crucial, because it's essentially acting as a reference to Google. And like I said, telling them that we are a trustworthy business. Now, that can go a long way for us. However, it can also really hurt our website if we get links from spammy or harmful sites, because like we tell Google that we are a quality business with quality backlinks, we can also tell Google that we are a spammy or harmful site with spammy or harmful backlinks. Now, you may be wondering, what's a spammy backlink or a harmful backlink? Well, I see it all the time with Fiverr. You buy $50 worth of links, you get 10,000 backlinks, and your site crashes immediately 50 spots. Now, that's no mistake, because that's essentially 10,000 references telling Google that you are a spammy or harmful site. So definitely something to think about. We want to get the most quality backlinks possible, but let's take a look at your current backlink structure using a tool I have called Ahrefs and see where you stack up against your competition. So here we are in Ahrefs, and you'll notice your website generates a 15 UR, a 12 DR, which generates you about 134 users every single month and brings about $456 worth of traffic value month over month. Now, you may be asking yourself, what are these metrics? So let's dive a little bit deeper into them. UR stands for URL rating, and what that is the individual power given to a single web page. So in this case, we would just be talking about your home page, whereas DR stands for domain rating, and what that is the power that goes to your entire website. So not just your home page anymore, but your roofing solutions pages, your service pages, all these pages in one are essentially summarized in DR. So we want the strongest of both metrics along with a strong internal SEO structure to create the best results possible. However, let's talk about this last metric here, which is traffic value. Now, traffic value is a stat that is assessed by the buyer intent of each keyword that a user comes from. Now, to give you an example, somebody who's looking for roofs doesn't carry as much buyer intent as somebody looking for roof repair or roof installation. Now, the reason that is because somebody looking for roofs may be looking for those services. However, they also may be looking just for pictures of roofs, or some other ideas of roofs. But, we don't really know. Whereas somebody looking for roof installation or roof repairs is directly looking for a service, and 9 times out of 10 is looking to purchase or make a buy. So a lot more buyer intent with keywords like that. And those type of keywords will generate you a lot more traffic value. So let's take a look at some of your competitors and see what type of metrics they're generating, as well as their traffic value, and take a look at how that's going. So here we have Tampa Roofing again. They have a 27 UR, a 3.1 DR, generates about 330 users every single month, and about $4,000 worth of traffic value. So you clearly see the correlation between a strong internal and external SEO structure and the amount of value you can create for your business. But let's go one more up and look at the number one organic search result for roofing services in Tampa, which was Westfall Roofing. They generate a 33 UR, a 23 DR, which generates about 4,000 users month over month and almost $31,000 worth of traffic value every single month. So a lot of value here if you can properly carry out your internal and external SEO structure. But let's take a look at the Google Map Pack and talk about the last thing that we have for this video. So we're back to the search engine results page, and if we scroll down, what we've been talking about is down here in the organic search results, but we also have this map pack, and this map pack is called the Google Map Pack, and it's super important because it gives businesses a second place that you can win on Google. Obviously, you can win down below, or you can win in the map pack, and if you can do both, you essentially guarantee that 1,600 people see your business first before looking at another competitor. So a lot of value and a lot of potential here. However, to get into the map pack, you first have to verify your business via postcard with Google. And to rank in the map pack, you have to adhere to the different factors that they're looking for. Now, number one, what they're looking for is that you filled out their form to 100%. The reason I say 100% is because the more information you give them, the more reputable your business looks. Number two, they look for a strong organic rank, which is why SEO is so important because not only does it help down below, but it also holds influence over the map pack. And number three, what they're looking for is citations. Now, citations are all the different places your business's name, address, and phone number are listed online. And some popular citations are things like maybe Yelp, Facebook, Yellow Pages, Yellow Book. All those are different citations you can get for your business, and they all help with the Google Map Pack. So let's take a look at all the citations these companies have, and let's take a look at how many you'll need to really go in and outrank them. So once again, we're in a tool I have called Whitespark, and if you take a look at the top, we have Stay Dry Roofing with 47 citations, Quality Roofing Inc. with 62, and Rainer Roofing LLC with 35. So a lot of citations in here. Normally, I recommend doubling the biggest amount in here. So if there's 62, we're going to need 124 citations on top of the internal and external SEO optimizations to really go in and outrank these companies. So definitely something to think about. And like I said, if we can do both, we can really get 1,600 searches every single month that see our company first before looking at a competitor. So that's all I really have for you in this video. I hope it was very educational. Once again, my name is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads. I'd love to set up a meeting to talk to you guys about anything that wasn't mentioned in this video, or maybe any questions or concerns you have. But once again, thanks for watching.